Is it with a C or H? I am confused. What about those N's and K's? Do you use one or two? I remember when I was back in elementary school, a Spanish kid told me that it starts with a silent J, but Julio was wrong. Or maybe he was right. Can someone decide? Make up your mind.
Chart spell check and Webster's. Is there an answer to my question? Someone please help me. Just tell me, how do you spell Hanukkah?
I was watching a spelling bee on ESPN2, and these kids were spelling words that don't come naturally to me or you.
Like oligarchy,
solipsism,
bouillabaisse,
epistemology,
insouciant,
onomatopoeia,
syllogism,
perspicacious,
hypothalamus. There's some other ones.
hot dog.
No.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yeah.
I like hot dog.
But I bet they would get stumped if they had to spell Hanukkah. No one can tell. We don't mean to dwell. But how do you spell?
Chart spell check and Webster's. Is there an answer to this question? Someone please tell me, how do you spell? Ask teachers, ask family. Nobody ever knows the answer. Someone please help me. Just tell me, how do you spell Hanukkah?
No one can tell. We don't mean to dwell. But how do you spell?
Chart spell check and Webster's. Is there an answer to my question? Someone please tell me, how do you spell? Ask teachers, ask family, but nobody ever knows the answer. Someone, anyone, somebody, how do you spell Hanukkah?
The other day watching YouTube, and on YouTube there are ads. You have to watch 5 seconds of them before they let you pass. And in this case, it was an ad for this app called Talkspace, one of those online therapy things. And this girl was asking her phone a bunch of questions about herself. First she asked, why do I crave everyone's attention? And then she asked, am I gay? And then I could skip, but I could turn it off, because those are the questions I ask myself every day. Really felt like targeted advertising, do not like it. So then I thought, hey, if that's what therapy is all about, then I should stop Like how I just said, I think I might be gay, and my mom is in the crowd. Shout out to my entire extended family watching on the live stream. So now you all bought tickets to listen to me bitch and whine. You're basically accomplices in my mental health crimes. I know what you're thinking, it's not that expensive, just go try therapy. But I'm Jewish, so I found I haven't made money. You know where this is going. But you weren't expecting this twist. Ah! It was half off. Thank you, we'll be here all night. I don't need a lot this season. Won't ask for much, won't make a push. I don't need a lot of presents inside my Chanukah bush. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want this season is... Thank you. I'm working on that one. You. I'm sorry, you heard my very bad singing there. But our Lord and Savior Mariah Carey would not appreciate if we did not give that last note the due it deserves. So I need someone who's feeling very brave and thinks they can nail the Mariah note. And you know what I'm talking about. The all I want for Christmas is that thing. Okay, I need a brave volunteer from the audience. Who's thinking they can do it? Someone? Is Sasha thinking she can do it? Yeah! Sasha, come on down. You got this. Yeah. You're gonna just go for it. I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it together. It's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna give you the all I want for Christmas is, and then you're gonna go for the yeah. That was right.
That was not right.
Give it up for Sasha, everybody. All I want this for Christmas is... you who are repulsed, I will not be wearing this the whole time. I will change very soon. Oh, you want me to stay? Yeah! Okay. Thank you. I'm very flattered. It's new. Half off. Okay, before we start, I actually realized I have that Talkspace ad I was talking about loaded up for you so you don't think I'm crazy, to quote Florence Pugh in every moment of that show. So here, watch.
Watch what people think about me. I think I'm gay. Where can I go to, talk, I guess? Specifically about queer stuff.
Here is a popular
Can
recipe.
you watch it one more time? Is that possible? Okay, watch the 5-second counter. This traumatized me. 5 seconds.
Watch what people think about me. I think I'm gay.
Boom, that was it. It's terrifying. No, it's not terrifying. It is actually going to be filled with joy. This show. Thank you for coming. Yes. Okay, so for those of you who don't know much about Hanukkah, one of two things happened. One, you're a very good friend to me, and I appreciate you and love you. Or two, you made a terrible financial decision, and that's also okay. I mean, I look around. I'm clearly good at bad financial decisions, but to alleviate it a little bit, here's just like a brief... not yet for that one. We're going to wait on that, but that's coming soon. A little bit about the holiday for you real quick. Jews are fighting the Greeks. There was a big war. We were losing. It was bad. We were living Torah in caves. All that stuff wasn't good. We ended up winning the war, and there wasn't enough oil in the temple left to last for 8 days, because they lit it every day. So they decided to light it one day, and it lasted for 8. It was a miracle. And so we eat lots of fried foods, like the latkes you can get outside, or I don't know the reason behind the chocolate coins, but that's a thing. The really only thing we share in common with Christmas is capitalism. Yay. But the other thing we share in common is that it's a time of joy. And I'm very happy to be spreading joy with all of you today, but I'm going to need your help because I have a friend who's going to come out right now, and he's not so joyful right now. He's actually been pretty down in the dumps. So we're going to see if we can cheer him up a little bit. Please welcome out my friend Daniel. Yeah. How you feeling?
Been better.
He's been really sad, and he won't tell me why. Maybe he'll tell us maybe he'll tell me now that everyone's here. Why are you sad?
I just got dumped then.
Oh, okay, well that's sad. Well, maybe let's hear if someone else has had something sadder happen to them recently. Maybe it'll make you feel a little bit better.
Sure.
Yeah, let's check. I'm gonna go into the audience for a little bit. What's your name? Angela. So what's the saddest thing that's happened recently?
I texted someone and they didn't get back to me. They ghosted me.
Texted someone and didn't get back to you. Anything? No, his is sad. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
It is sad. What about you? What's your name?
Jessica.
Let's see what Jessica. Jessica,
Hi,
what's the last thing you cried about?
My dad has Parkinson's disease and he's getting so weak he can't get out of bed.
Dad is Parkinson's disease and getting so weak he can't get out of bed. That's gotta be sadder.
I don't know, my breakup was pretty bad.
Yeah, he's pretty in love. I'm sorry. I'm wishing him the best, but not sounding too positive. What about you? What's your name? Martin. Last thing you cried about?
I had to move my mom into memory care.
Move mom into memory care. That's got to be sadder than what you're facing.
I don't know, man. It's pretty bad.
He doesn't know. Well, I don't know much about your relationship, but maybe if it's none of this is helping, we'll sing through it a little bit. You can tell us about what's going on. And through the power of music, you can feel better. Yeah, does that sound good?
Okay.
Let's at least give it a shot. Yeah?
Sure.
All right. Singing about his feelings, Dan Murphy. Not yet. I will let you know. Not that either. The middle ground. This is my nightmare, this video playing again. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, Dan, what did you do that made her change her mind? 1 year of loving bliss. She's out, you're left behind. 2 weeks before Hanukkah, what did I tell my folks? Freshly dumped, especially slumped, alone and miserable and fucking broke. Thought I did it all for Jen. She did not agree. Did she just want something new? Was the problem I may be sad, at least I'm in the clear. Because girlfriends can be expensive at this time of year. If this whole list she was needing, my poor wallet would be bleeding. I got out of buying Hanukkah gifts. She probably know me because I was too poor. I'll start with, I'm not sexist. She made more money than me. When I asked her why not go and buy these things herself, she'd say, what about chivalry? Is it that our first date, she wanted sushi? I grabbed a single avocado roll. I ate for her 12 crispy rice, spicy tuna, and microwave ramen at home. She had expensive taste, I could barely afford her. She probably wants fancy perfume from Dior, or was it Chanel? I can't tell, that shit all smells the same. But because of Jews or sadists, let me get this right. The holiday where we give gifts is 8 fucking nights. The fancy gifts off the highest shelf. Now she can fuck herself. Open new makeup and buys her jewelry or a blouse while I save up enough to put a payment in on a house. It's not because she's out there fucking, or at least it costs me nothing. I hope that it's worth it in the end. Were if the gifts weren't good enough, spend holidays in stress. But hey, this really makes me miss her less. I hate what you did to me, but I love that I saved this money. Feeling better, getting out my depression, but need more fuck yous for this fuck you session. Never displayed it, but fuck it, I'm drunk, I'll say it. Shit, your mom has got it going on. I wanna give my back present to her. She calls me a sweetie, she never gives to me. But it feels so sad. But if there's something I could buy in a plane or a yacht, I'd give her everything I have, give all that I got. You'd find this little breakup funny. She'd say that she still loves me. I'd be broke. She'd come back to me. Is that even why she decided to leave? But she did, so fuck her, I don't need her, please. Focus on me, whatever money I have, don't spend it on me. Because this mortal broken heart is a retail therapy. Hey, how hot is sex pot with all on the Xbox? We can play until my eyesight is good. No, this hurts me from how I am missing her. I feel so much better, man. I'm gonna go buy an Xbox. Bye.
I'm sorry about the other thing, everyone. And for those of you wondering, is that just 2 TV show theme songs? Yes, I realized after I wrote it. Song 1. Yeah. The other one is. Began to cool, the drugs began to Okay, well, someone with original comedy for you, unlike the hack that I am copying other people's songs, is someone who's new to the comedy scene. He's also my roommate, which is very exciting. Please welcome to the stage, Hank Funderburk.
Hi, all. Thanks for coming out tonight. Appreciate it. I like events like these. I like, Hanukkah events, get into the festive season. I like them because I was not the best Jew growing up, if I'm being honest. I'm Baptist. My dad's a minister, actually. I'm not chosen. But there we go. But like Ben so kindly mentioned, I am the roommate of a Jewish person. We have the little mezuzah on the entryway of our door. There we go. Hell yeah. For my fellow Gentiles in the crowd, the mezuzah is the little scroll that you wrap up and hang at the entryway of a Jewish home. And so one day, I was home alone, my roommate wasn't there, and I get a knock on the door, and it's Rosh Hashanah. I don't know this, of course. And so I go and I open the door, and I don't speak a lick of Hebrew. I don't know the language at all. But this dude, I open the door, and he's there, and he's so excited. He sees me, he's like, I'm gonna butcher whatever this is in Hebrew, but something along the lines of Shana Tova, and I'm just like, haha, facts. Yeah. Right back at you, my guy. Unless what you said was bad, in which case, not facts. I'll let y'all know a little bit about me. Something you guys might not know about me just by looking at me is that I'm very white. On the Caucasian hierarchy, I rank somewhere between like Steve Martin and a casserole. I took a 23andMe the other day, and when it came back, it was just a pack of saltines. Another white thing about me is I'm really into fantasy football. Fantasy football is really good because it gives me and my dad something to talk about. Like, we'll be on the phone, and he'll be like, oh yeah, getting Josh Jacobs in the 5th round is the steal of the year. And I'll be like, cool, can we spend Christmas together? And then he'll hang up, it's great. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Me and my dad have a really good relationship. I love my dad. But we used to argue a lot when I was really, really young. And the biggest argument me and my dad ever got into was about what we were going to name a puppy. Now, my parents are very bad at naming things. My full name is Henry Robert Weldon Funderburk. Exactly. Which is German, if you didn't know, for please bully me, fellow middle schoolers. And like I mentioned, my dad's a minister, Southern Baptist minister. My little brother and I knew he was going to try to swing for a Bible name. And so he comes up to me and my little brother, we're probably like 10 at the time, and he's like, hello, children. We have decided what we are going to name this puppy. We are going to take this beautiful little bulldog, this precious angel puppy. We are going to name her Temperance. T for short. He wanted to name the goddamn puppy after the concept of abstaining from alcohol. And me and my little brother are like, what the fuck? We were 10, it was great. No. We are naming the goddamn family dog Max like a normal family. I know you have some vendetta against us and like giving us names that make us sound like our favorite hobby is burning witches. But we are not going to subscribe to whatever scarlet letter, fire and brimstone bullshit you're trying to pull here, Greg. I had a weird childhood. Like I mentioned, raised super Christian from the South, but I went to art school for high school. I went to theater school, and something really weird happened to me my first week of theater school. So every once in a while, they'd make the theater kids stay after, help build sets, help move stuff, whatever. And I had to stay after my first week of high school. So I'm working, I'm moving stuff, and one of my teachers comes up to me and is like, Hank, we need you to help move stuff down to the orchestra pit, which is that little divot that the orchestra plays during musicals. So I go down there, and something you all need to know is that sometimes, to prevent water damage from happening to a microphone in an orchestra pit, orchestras will sometimes cover the microphones in condoms to like prevent sweat from the players or from the instruments or whatever from damaging the mic. That's an interesting fun fact. You all know that now. I'll tell you who didn't know that. 14-year-old Hank Funderburk had no idea about that fun fact, gang. So I go down to this dark, secluded pit in a high school, and I see dozens and dozens of loose condoms and condom wrappers scattered throughout the floor. And I'm like, is this what high school's like? Like I'm not ready for this. I still have like applesauce in my lunch kit, okay? And the teachers, they go down there and they're fine with it. They just keep on walking. So I'm like, how high does this go? Okay, like we just got done with orientation like 2 days ago, and they did not cover what to do when you find the sex trench. Boy. So yeah, that's my time. I'm gonna go to therapy now for all that. I'll catch y'all later. But in the meantime, thank you. In the meantime, we have another extremely funny comedian coming up. Please welcome the very funny Sydney Feyder.
So I thought I was down to earth because I don't have social media, but it turns out I'm just too self-centered to look at other people's photos. I only want to see pictures of me. My version of social media is scrolling through my camera roll and favoriting the ones I like. My mom and I were driving, and we saw an ugly dog out the window. And my mom said, "You know how you love your dog, no matter how ugly they are? You also love your kid, no matter how ugly they are." I was like, "Why are you telling me this?" And she was like, "I'm trying to build your self-esteem." I was like, "Please don't. I don't want to get too cocky." One time I was a cocky bitch. I told my aunt I love my green eyes, and she was like, "Oh, we have those because the Germans raped the Jews." I was like, "Thank you for bringing me back down to earth. That could have gotten out of hand." I told that story to my therapist, and she was like, "How can we frame that in a more positive light?" You tell me, bitch. That's what I'm paying you for. So yeah, maybe I'm so conceited because in high school I was on the varsity tennis team. Me, a jock? Who knew? I played left bench. And my butt hurt so badly from sitting so long. That's true dedication to a sport. Not even playing it. I hate when my parents ask me for help with their technology, as if I created Facebook. So now I pretend like I don't even know how to use a toaster. Help me, help me. What's this button? No matter how many times you explain it, I'm not gonna learn. Bam, tables turned. One time I tried to pick up my mom from the hospital, but I couldn't find her, so I went back home. What happened was, she was like, "I'm at the west entrance." And I was like, "I'm not a compass." And she was like, "Look at the maps on your phone." And I was like, "Oh, I deleted those for more storage of photos of me." Whenever my boyfriend drinks, he acts so different. It's so weird. He like talks. He'll be like, "How are you?" And I'll be like, "Clearly you're wasted. Go back to bed." Last month I got a concussion and the doctor asked me which sport I was playing when I got it. And I was like, "Oh, I was playing The Bachelor on my TV." And hit my head on a coffee table. Luckily, my mom was there when it happened, and she wanted me to go to the hospital. But I was like, no, because last time I went to the hospital, I saw an old lady die in the waiting room. And my mom said, well, she won't be there this time. Thank you. Please welcome the Miami School Choir boys.
That's all I have. We're done. Ooh, something you can work on when you have too much time by yourself in your room. Someone else who had too much time alone in their room and is going to sing to us a little bit about it, my good friend Roy. Please welcome Roy to the stage. Yeah. And the band's going to join us too for this one, which is super exciting. Please welcome back the band. I should check. This feels like a good time to check. We're about halfway through. We having fun? Complex theater? I'm getting into the mic. Are we having fun? Okay. The band's ready and Roy's ready. He's going to sing to us about that time in his room.
Another Hanukkah night eating jelly donuts, watching Seinfeld all alone. Another Hanukkah night watching TikToks on my phone, but I'm all right. Didn't want to go to that party anyway. If I ask why, I wasn't invited. Don't know what they'd say. Stop being a hater. You'll thank them later. Don't you see? No one who's famous was cool in high school. They're hurting me to help me. They're hurting me to help me. No one who's famous was cool in high school. It's what every movie ever teaches. People thank God, their mom, their agent, not their friends when they give acceptance speeches. They think they're so cool and strong with water bottle bongs and gross mixed drinks, contracting STDs while I'm a VIP for doing some remarkable thing. I'll turn this pain of not being invited to a songbook, script, or play, and I'll be a star looking down on them all, yelling, "Fuck you for always calling me gay." This rejection, I wouldn't know about what to write. This new inspiration will bear creation, so I'm glad I'm not out tonight. But hold on, is that really my belief? Is that really what think they see? For they just don't care. I'm that guy who's kind of just there. They don't notice me. It's just not fair. What did I do to deserve this? So please at least make it all one day worth it. So tonight, please God, let me write to build from this pain. No one who's famous was cool in high school. They're hurting me to help me. I'll win my award, middle fingers in the air when I give my acceptance speech. And I'll make a movie they'll watch on their phones. They'll see the pain they've caused and they'll see how I've grown. And when I'm famous, I will feel so alone. Would have gone to the party tonight if they had told me I could come. But that's alright, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna write. So one day I can say, hey assholes, look at me.
right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I was 8 years old, my daddy took us to Macy's. On a December night during our winter break. That's stop, said Ben, you're going crazy. And said the guy in the throne looks familiar to me. Had it on me, wore a furry cap. Got shoes, but it's not just that was his personality. I just know he was dressing with me behind us just his blessing. Santa Claus is Jewish, and he can't tell me otherwise. Santa's not acidic, Jewish, Sadie, or his eyes. Make it seem like he owns Macy's, famously owned by you. I didn't believe me, so I'll prove it to all of you. I'm gonna tell you a story, tell me if it sounds familiar to you. Bearded guy lives high in a shell that's snowy. Lovely European that's isolated from the world. And short, big-nosed friends were not their proud soldiers. Build a better life for his precious little boys. And sound familiar? Here's a hint for you. See what I mean? Think it might be. Don't believe me, it's fine, but I'm sure it's true. Like how every Christmas song was written by a Jew. Don't believe me, it's fine, but I'm sure you'll see. He looks like everyone singing that he. Santa Claus is Jewish. Sorry, I don't mean no offense. He's constantly teaching lessons with metaphors that don't make any sense. Living at his reindeer fights sinus problems as behind every person's home. He knows not to visit Israel. Don't get shot down by the Iron Throne. It may sound out to you, but it sounds good to me. Because when I was 8, I went to Macy's, said happy holidays, never inside a Christmas tree that went up to the sky. Next thing that means, and all was a little plastic, no road, 3 feet long. Not like there was nothing out there for me. That's why I'm living here in Tennessee. Santa Claus is Jewish. Sorry, it's not that unrealistic. He's not even real, man. And he looks like a Jewish mystic. Next time you see Santa at your local county mall, make sure to wish him a Shabbos, 'cause that's the best holiday. Now's the point of the show where I introduce you to the lovely people who play music for you all night. You know, on Christmas, yeah, give it up for one before I introduce them. First off, Christianity, you know, not Christianity, whatever Christmas is nowadays, we have Santa Claus. Well, I introduce you to our bassist, Eliyahu, Krause on the bass. Next up, moving down the line, we have an amazing drummer. He's drumming so well, he's drumming not so loud that you can hear the rest of us on the major key. It's either Peter Pan or Santa, but they say if you clap loud enough, an angel gets its wings, something like that. Yeah, that's a Christmas thing. So, this is my man Dovi. He doesn't like to do guitar solos, but he's really good at them. So, like the Christmas spirit, we clap for him all, but I'm sure he'll give us one. Come on! A great comedian. You can see him performing every week at the Laugh Factory. You've seen him on Jimmy Kimmel. He's been all around. He's a really funny guy, and I think you're going to enjoy what he has to say. Please welcome out my friend Menachem Silverstein.
The stage looks like the Chanukah section at a Target. I love how they had Santa dancing, and they're like, ooh, who should we put next? Who will prep the audience with a Santa, the Jew? All right? They're like, we're gonna find the Jewiest Jew that we could find and just throw him out there. See if they like it. I heard that song before. Of course Santa Claus is Jewish. Only a Jew could be passive-aggressive enough to not even give the Jewish boys coal. You know? We're not good enough for coal now, right? Jesus Christ, I can't stand Jesus. As a Jewish man, it's hard living in the shadow of the Lord and Savior, right? My wife thinks I can grow abs. Abs, as in more than one. Jews are known for inventing the bagel. You can have abs or you could have bagels. You can have both. And judging by the amount of bagel shops around, you know what we've chosen. I still try to look good. I started working out with a personal trainer. He's this Aryan guy, German, 6'2", ripped out of his mind. He keeps looking at me. He's like, if you work out, you could look just like me. You could look just like me if you work out. No, I have IBS. I will never look like that. I'm also 5'9", which is a Jewish 6'2", but an Aryan 5'3". I know what I am. It's crazy. I considered leaving Judaism. I had enough. I was like, I'm done with it. And here's what I feel like. I feel like I can give up the religion, but I have way too much guilt to give up the kippah and the tzitzit. Like, I'd show up to church like this. Everyone would go up to get their wafer. Before I ate mine, I'd be like, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. In case you guys weren't aware, I'm not one of the singers. I'm going to be doing comedy. Right? Now that you heard a little taste of my singing, you understand what went wrong and why I'm a comedian. Right? It was kind of crazy. Like, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm stuck being Jewish. Like, my full legal name is Menachem Silverstein. 2 Nachems! Right? My parents wanted to name me Menachem. They found out the extra Nachem is free. So, like, the extra Menachem is free, Menachem. I have a younger brother. His name is just Nachem. He doesn't even have a last name. They charge for those. He's just at a Starbucks waiting for an order that will never come. And Menachem doesn't even sound like a real name. It sounds like the name an anti-Semite comes up with to make fun of a Jew. You know? It's like, right? By the way, are there any Jews here tonight? Any anti-Semites? With all the Kanye stuff, you have to ask now. Somebody raises his hand a little too far, you know? Right. Kanye out here ruining long-distance high fives. Oh, terrible. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We're celebrating Chanukah, right? That's what we're doing? This is what this is, Chanukah. Guess we'll do some Chanukah humor. There are 2 miracles in Chanukah. One is the miracle that the jug of oil lasted for 8 nights, and the other miracle is the small group of Jews beat out the Maccabees. There's a third miracle that we're forgetting, right? Well, the Maccabees beat out the Greeks. There's a third very important miracle we're missing.
which is the miracle Judah Maccabee's mother didn't guilt him and say, I told you to bring an extra jug of oil on the way. I told you to throw an extra one in the bag. Come on. Right? It probably did happen. That's the part they didn't write down. They're like, we will not say that. We will not prove our mother's right. And because the jug of oil lasted 8 nights, we eat foods that are fried in oil, like potato latkes and jelly donuts. Thank God they didn't burn candles in the Beis HaMikdash, right? What foods are candle-based? Think about it. It's a trip, right? It's hard. Being Jewish is hard because here's how Judaism got started. I don't know if you guys know about this. God came down to Abraham, and God told Abraham, let's make a covenant. Let's make a bond. What are you going to give me? What are you going to show me as proof of your loyalty to our bond? And Abraham thought, what can I give God, an all-knowing God, a God who has it all? How about a piece of this dick? And God said yes! The same God who says it's not okay to be gay is out there collecting tips of penises. In some sort of bag or tip jar. I don't know. I feel like Abraham turned back to God and he's like, I don't know how comfortable I am with giving you the tip of my penis. And God looked at him and said, if you give me the tip of your penis, I'll throw in cool little hats. And Abraham said, yes! He traded in a hoodie for a hat. I feel like he was just a really bad negotiator, right? Like if Gary Vee was negotiating the deal, we'd have the cool hats and still have the tips of our penises. And to me, I was always confused about the whole circumcision thing, because we don't just do it in a hospital. When Jews circumcise their kids, they throw a party, a bagel-themed party, which blows my mind. Because if you stare at a baby's penis, super illegal. Bring a rabbi, a knife, and some bagels, now that's a party! Right? L'chaim. For me, I found out about circumcision. I was 5 years old in school, as if rabbis weren't scary enough. They sent in a teacher to teach people about circumcision, and they said that all Jewish boys get circumcised. So if you're not circumcised, you're not Jewish, right? So I went home, and I went to the bathroom, and I pulled my pants down. 5 years old, I looked at my penis. There was nothing missing. So I looked, and I kept looking and looking, and looking and looking, and looking and looking, and I didn't see anything missing. I spent over 10 years thinking that I wasn't Jewish, until I saw a documentary on Pornhub. Turns out I'm very Jewish! I feel like the mile took a little more than a tip, if you know what I mean. Right? Ooh, she. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I was at a grocery store the other day, and this tiny Israeli woman, she comes over to me and she starts blabbing away in Hebrew. She starts just going off at me in Hebrew, and I don't speak Hebrew. So I stand there for 20 minutes, and she just goes on and on and on until she finally pauses to breathe, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, ma'am, I don't speak Hebrew. And she looks at me, she's like, you don't speak Hebrew? You don't speak Hebrew? How are you Jewish if you don't speak Hebrew? How are you Jewish if you don't speak Hebrew? She was buying bacon. She was buying bacon and judging me for being a bad Jew. Do you know what it says in the Torah? Don't eat bacon. Do you know what it doesn't say in the Torah? That you have to speak Hebrew. At least that's what I think it says. I don't speak Hebrew. I'm just waiting for the picture edition to come in, It'll come eventually. One thing that blows my mind is Jews aren't considered intimidating, right? Is anybody here intimidated by me? Clap if I seem scary. Good, I'm gonna mug you after the show. Jews don't seem intimidating, which blows my mind, because think about it, if you're walking in an alley and you see a guy crack a bottle of beer over his head or on the wall and chase after you, you're gonna be scared, right? Jews, we cut the tips of our penises. If that's not gangster shit, I don't know what is. But I realize it's just bad PR. Do you know what Jews call their penises? You can Google this. Schmeckel. On a scale of dick to schmeckel, we know where we are, At least we have the confidence to name it, right? All right, it's crazy. Lucky for me, my ultra-Orthodox Jewish wife has only seen my schmeckel, so to her it seems huge. Right? Oh, thank you. One clap. I like coupons. Right? It has nothing to do with being Jewish. It's just if you're going to buy something, you have a coupon, it's cheaper, right? So I'm going through my mail and I get one free wax coupon. And I never considered shaving or waxing, but free is free. So I take my one free wax coupon to the European Wax Center, I slide it across the counter, I look the lady dead in the eye and I say, would like one free chest wax. She says, sorry, this is only valid for an eyebrow wax. So I looked at her and I said, I would like one free eyebrow wax on my chest. And now I have one eyebrow above each nipple. Thank you guys so much. I'm Monopoly.
That was Monopoly Silverstein, everybody. Give it up! Right? The TV died. I'm like finally calming down, had something to drink, and this next comedian is gonna make you laugh even more than you've been laughing so far. Self-described as tiny but mighty, you've seen her at the Montreal Just for Laughs Festival. Please welcome to the stage, Olivia Singer!
Guys, hi. This is my first stand-up bit in 3 years. Crazy. So a lot over 3 years has changed, and a lot hasn't. But a lot has changed. I switched psychics, and now I'm single. So, you know when you love something, it doesn't have to be a person, but it's something, and it just vanishes out of thin fucking air. It is the most tragic feeling in the world. Heartbreak. However, how men deal with heartbreak and how women deal with heartbreak is very wildly different. For example, when they deal with heartbreak, either they stay at home, they get super depressed, and they're in their bed and they want mommy to do it, or they shoot up a school. I have a lot of anger towards men right now. And then women, we have been primed, trained, and conditioned for the moment of heartbreak since we were 6 years old listening to Avril Lavigne outside the car window. We call the post-breakup phase our villain era. And in a woman's villain era, there is only one rule, which is to fuck. So that's what we do. For example, there was this guy named Brett, and you know how 2 + 2 = 4? I would hope so. Okay. The 3.14159 is pi, right? The sex was mathematically perfect. It was so good that I needed to ask him where he learned his little tricks from. Turns out his body count's 900. So, aside from that, though, I do think that Brett took our playdates a little too seriously. He would be like, Olivia, I am 33 years old, and I love you. But you don't have to love me. So I needed to do with what great power comes great responsibility. I needed to do what every thoughtful, emotionally evolved adult would do. Send a thorough text. So I sent Brett a text saying, hey Brett, I don't really think this is gonna work out. I'm kind of over this. Thanks, bye. Send. I feel so good. My psychic and therapist would be proud. So an hour passes and I get no response. Asshole. Hey Brett, you ghosting me? What a dick, send. And then an hour passes. And now I'm starting to spiral because doesn't he know that I need to know that he knows that I don't like him anymore? I need that closure. So I sent one more text. Hey, I didn't mean to call you a dick. Send. Are these going through? Ding, he finally answers. Oh, I cannot wait for the mature response from him. He answers and he says to me, yeah, I got your text. It's cool. It's cool. And nothing. Nothing. I'm getting a look at my nose. Yeah, men are weird creatures. You know, a lot has yeah, they're weird. A lot has changed in 3 years. The last time I did stand-up, I had a boyfriend. But he did what Gen Z does best. He canceled me over FaceTime. That was great. I know. Beyond. Yeah. So that was a tough one. You know, he needed to do it, though. I was not that great of a girlfriend. And this is how I know that I'm not being hard on myself. No pity points. This is how I know I wasn't that great of a girlfriend. As he's breaking up with me via Steve Jobs, I am thinking, obviously in the moment I am so upset, but I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, I didn't think the kid had it in him. Good for him. You know what? He needed to do that. We didn't see eye to eye in a lot of things. Like, I wasn't sure about my medication, but he was certainly needed to break up. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, next part of the set. Let's see. Oh, okay. A lot has changed in 3 years, but a lot hasn't changed in 3 years. For example, people hating Jews. Raise your hand if you're Jewish. It's safe. I promise it's safe. Okay, good. It's like Boca Raton. I'm going to see you guys in like a few weeks. God's waiting room, right? Great. It's like a fucking JCC in here. Yeah, so there are people in this world that deny Darwin's theory. Survival of the fittest. They think that we came from Adam and Eve. And that's hard to believe. Well, maybe not, because there are a bunch of anti-maskers out there. But yeah, but I can prove Darwin's theory of evolution. I can really prove it. Take any group of people. Let's take Jews. Jews have adapted based on which rate and at which genocide they were running from. The reason people ask why Jews are so tiny, why we're so short, it's because we needed to hide in the attic when the Nazis were coming. Darwin's theory, survival of the fittest. My roommate, she's actually German. She's super nice. I call it reparations. And then in the morning I'll hear her, Olivia, guten Tag ins Meer. I fucking run. It turns out she's just saying good morning. Yeah. I also can show you the difference between East Coast Jews and West Coast Jews. East Coast Jews, we didn't have a lot of time. West Coast Jews, they came from Iran in the 70s, and they came here, and they had time to build families, to create careers, to create longevity where they can inherit and pass down family treasures from generation to generation. They had time. Now me, on the other hand, I have 4 toes that are the same size, and you know what I inherit? And these are the East Coast Jews. A thimble collection my aunt shoved up her ass in Auschwitz. Survival of the fittest. And that's my set. Cool.
Thank you. Earnesty time. I'm very grateful you're all here. This is my first time doing something like this. I hope you're having fun. I'm having a great time.
Yeah!
Getting serious for a second. Obviously we're singing about lots of funny parts about the holiday, but there are some hard parts about keeping Hanukkah. Besides, we had lots of anti-Semitism conversations. It's come up a lot in sets. But one of the things that people don't think about is very often when you have off for winter break or Christmas break, it's very nice to spend time with family, but the actual holiday we celebrate, Hanukkah, isn't that. So I wrote a little song about it, being far away from home when that's happening, and it's going to be sung by one and only Rachel Levy.
sound morose. If I quit now, I know I'll look weak. It would really help it if you could speak. Making friends has been going slow. I like everyone better back at home. Classes are tough, I've had enough. Could you get on a plane and then pick me up? 'Cause I know you want me to fulfill all my dreams, but I'm less scared than it seems. Please pick up the phone, or I light the candles all alone. Well, anyway, I should get going here. Got a final tomorrow and I'm pretty scared. Tell the family I miss all of you, and I really look forward to seeing you all soon.
He's really sad and needs to comfort him. Mikey, come on, it's okay, you can come out. This is my French friend Mikey, and he's also really sad.
How do you say j'ai croix et le brisé? I'm heartbroken.
Well, does it make you feel better? We have some really sad stories in the audience. I can tell you them if you want.
Oh no, it makes me more sad.
Oh, makes you more sad? Well, like the other person who was sad, maybe you want to sing about it, my French friend Mikey.
It's a long story. Are you sure? I don't want to make you sad.
I think I can handle it. Do you have everything you need?
Yes, the baguette. I eat when I'm sad.
Sim, alright. I'll join you up in the front for the beginning.
This is the closest I can do to playing the accordion, I'm sorry.
I met a young Jew on the streets of Paris with beauty that could make the world whole. The most charming mademoiselle I've ever seen. So why do I sit here alone? I asked for her name, placed a kiss on her hand. Her skin was whiter, finer than milk. She said it's Rebecca. Oh, that name sounds so grand. And a voice that was soothing as silk. I asked her if we could go dine together somewhere. She said no, if it's not kosher. I said, oh, you are a Jew. I am not, but who cares? I do nearly anything for you. I look down too. Oh no. She said, like Orpheus, failing his love. Eurydice's there, she sees it too. I cannot believe God would punish me like this. That I've been tricked by a Jew. She says, you have failed me. I say, I have been tricked. Who in the world has a chocolate coin? She says, I do. We are just too culturally different. I'll only date nice Jewish boys. I loved her then, I loved her now, so I was betrayed. She had this whole plan all along. Now she is gone, dating a lawyer from UCLA. I'm alone singing this song. I roam the streets in strife and pain, tears in my eyes. When in the store window I see a bottle with that name again. It's Manischewitz wine. It sits there just laughing at me. I will show you who is boss. Give me this bottle. Sacre bleu, it is a cherry flavor. It's disgusting. How do you expect me to drink it? The greatest pain is knowing we could never be. The universe had us mismatched. In this cruel, meaningless world, she could never choose me. I still have my foreskin attached.
Still a sad Mikey, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to say this because I'm having so much fun, / I wasn't having so much fun until like 5 minutes ago because I was super nervous, but now I'm having fun. We're almost at the end of our show. I know, but this is the first of hopefully many of these, so I hope you enjoy it. We have one more song for you, so I'm going to invite the band back up, and this one's a classic. And sing along if you know the words, and if you know the words to the verses, I'm very impressed with you. Sasha, you want to sing again? You can do it. Here we go. Put on your yarmulke, so much Hanukkah, celebrate Hanukkah. Hanukkah is the festival of lights. Instead of one night of presents, we have 8 crazy nights. So if you feel like the only kid in town without a Christmas tree, here's some other folks who are Jewish, just like you